you want to introduce the stage panel?
Yeah. Okay. So the people who are on the stage is me. You guys all know me. I'm the head of our server here, Joey. And then we also have Flute, who is our other head of the server. And then we have Joe Hernandez, for those who are not familiar already. Joe Hernandez does the voice of Daruk and Yunobo. And another character, I don't know if I can say or not. I mean, I feel like we've already gone past that, but
yeah, I mean, it's plot sensitive, but I mean, we're already like what 2 months into the game, so yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah, he plays the Sage of Fire. Super cool. Really awesome. I think most people know by now, so whatever. Yeah. And then we have Jake Craner, who plays Robbie, who's like become one of the favorites on the server, actually.
As a question of he's eccentric.
Yeah, everyone likes the quirky scientist.
I was gonna say everybody likes a crazy scientist.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys just want to say hello real quick, and then we'll get started.
Hello! Happy 2-year anniversary.
It's hard to see. It's like, are you? It seems like the screen is like frozen for Jake.
Oh no!
No, he's moving for me. No, I can see him. He's moving.
It's just good at standing still.
Yeah.
I'm just standing perfectly still. Totally normal.
Yeah. And then we have Joe.
Hello.
Joe. Woohoo!
Excellent. So you guys already know why you're here, but I'll state it for everyone. So right above, if you guys are able to see, if you can click on the thing that says Zelda Creators Voicing OC's Q&A, I think if you click on it, it'll make the screen a bit bigger for y'all. We have a whole list of characters that people from our server have drawn. In case you're not aware, our server is all about like being creative in terms of Zelda content. So a lot of people have these original characters that they've made, and I've been seeing them on the server for the past like 2 years, and I thought it was about time we gave them some voices. So no pressure. It's all in good fun, but we do have quite a few characters here. We also have questions from our creators. I included those within this slideshow here. So for the most part, it's going to be like character and then question, then character, then question, so on and so forth. Just to give you a little sense of the time, I think you guys said roughly you could be here for roughly 2 hours, maybe a little bit more, but it's up to you.
I could only stay for about an hour. Is that okay? Please don't be mad.
That's all right. We'll speed run for you.
No worries.
Okay.
We're so excited that you're even here for an hour. So
okay.
Let me know when it's getting close, just so I can make sure we get to your questions, because I have those kind of spread out. Awesome.
Sure.
Okay. So we're gonna harass Jake for another hour after you, then I guess. We're keeping you.
We do pay by the hour.
No, we don't. We pay in friendship. So
hey, that's a good payment.
If it's 2 hours, we're gonna have roughly like 5 minutes for each character in question. So I'll try to help keep us on track, but I'll introduce each character for you guys, and then we'll think of some voices that will fit. And then they'll also have dialogue with them, and me and Flute are also going to try some voices out with you guys, because we are kind of like aspiring voice actors. At least I am. Flute might just be doing it for fun. I don't.
I'm just a crazy principal, so I use all sorts of voices.
Yeah. So we good? Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right.
Just tell me when to flip the thing, and I'm good.
Dude, flip it.
Flip it. Flipped.
Is that the table?
No. All right. So the first one, if you play Tears of the Kingdom, then you know what this is. It is a steward construct. So It's one of those little Zonai Creations, little robot guys. This one is named Turnip. It is by, I'm gonna butch this name, but I think it's Ace Emulator. You can see some like specs on them on the right. Their background is Turnip is a decommissioned steward construct who fell from the Sky Islands. They have since rebuilt themselves and developed their own identity. They now roam Hyrule in search of many wonders, collecting plants and other objects in their cart. They got a little like trash can cart on the back there. Their lower half is made of Zonai devices, though their voice is more high-pitched and robotic. They don't really age. And then you'll see in the blue box there, they submitted a couple of dialogues, so you can either refer to that, or you can make up whatever you think your own dialogue would be for this character. Just kind of go wild with it. I'm interested in seeing your guys' process. The first one, Turnip, it's a little construct guy.
Ah, there he is. Nice illustration.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't call it the Zelda Creators for nothing.
As someone who has a hard time drawing a straight line with a ruler, I definitely appreciate it. So
I am with you there. She's the artistically gifted one.
All right. I'll give it a shot first if you want, if you're still thinking about it.
oh, go for it. If you
Okay.
got something.
I don't know. I actually auditioned for a steward construct recently, so my normal steward construct is more like I've never seen such a pretty flower, like some kind of like robotic thing, but I think this one's even higher pitched, so I'd be like, oh, this I made it myself. There, good as new. Like kind of that like robotic back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my best
they're
shot.
Maybe they're like trying to do human emotes, but they don't have that. So they're like, gasp. I've never seen such a pretty flower.
That's fantastic.
I love that.
I could see that.
I've never seen such a pretty flower.
Oh, I like that. Kind of like nerdy almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is your process usually when you're thinking of these characters? What do you look at first?
I mean, you look at like the background of the character, and like sometimes they'll be very, very specific as to what they're asking for when, you're doing auditions for a character. Personality is like this, vocal range is like this, attitude is like this. What is this person motivated by? And so those are the types of qualities that you look for that kind of help paint a picture, so to speak, as far as like how to approach your vocal inflections and delivery and all that. And then, sometimes you'll get artwork and sometimes you won't. And so the artwork can definitely work for you, where it's like, oh, okay, this makes so much more sense, where you just you get a vibe for the personality. But then other times you don't get that artwork, and so you have to just use your imagination as best as you can to try to make sense of it,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then sometimes you'll get like the opposite, where there's like a lack of background knowledge. Maybe they're like, he's a warrior, like mid-20s, and then you kind of have like a canvas to decide like, okay, what is this character's intention then?
Yeah.
Like how can I inject some story into this that'll influence how I develop it? So
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think we nailed this one.
Yes,
that
was great.
I don't know if Ace Emulator is here today, but I'm sure they'd be satisfied with that. Excellent. Do you want to go to their yeah, let's go next. I think there's a question. So next slide. Do you have it?
Yeah. I changed it so it says, "Hi there. Do you have any tips for anyone looking into being a voice actor? Love your work."
Sure. Jacob, you want to feel this one first?
Sure. So, yeah. Any tips for anyone looking to be a, well, I know, when I was kind of starting out, I didn't know really where to look for just resources on where to like find like beginner workshops, where to even start like sniffing around, like where to sniff around. And legendary voice actor D. Bradley Baker has a site that is
Yes.
well known called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com, which is a great resource. He lays it out all in there. There's also wonderful actor by the name of Jay Preston started the voiceover collective, and that's
Yeah.
and yes, our constituent.
Yes.
But he has the voiceover collective, and that's a great website that also has a bunch of, because I think uh he said once he kind of started that out because when he was starting off, he didn't know where to find resources or where to ask
Yeah.
questions or where to have like a sounding board. So
Yeah.
both of those are great places on the net to kind of start your journey. Kind of answer
That's
some of
I
your
awesome.
questions.
second
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I mean, I want to be a voice actor is like the standard. Like that should be
Yeah.
everybody's kind of first go to when you want to break in. That's a great jumping off point. I haven't read it, but I happen to know that there is a voice acting for dummies book, which I'm
Ooh.
very curious to open that and kind of see what it has in there. I did read
Yeah,
a
me
couple
too.
of different books, one of which is called There's Money Where Your Mouth Is, Secrets to Voiceover Success. And so, those are just nice little kind of, um, just little great resources to kind of help get you started. Rob Paulson had his Talkin' Tunes podcast. And I think he still has it. I'm not sure, but I know he's switched to like Nerdist and they've, Patreon and all this other stuff. But there was a stretch there for quite some time where he was doing it at the Hollywood Improv. And myself and some of my other voiceover friends would go and watch the taping of the podcast there live on stage, and it was such a great environment to be around. First of all, you're there with other fellow voice actors, so you're sharing a lot of like company with like-minded people, but also you're having some laughs, having some drinks, and you're really hearing what some of these big name voice actors, how they got their start, and what keeps them motivated. And it's a great resource to kind of just dive into the who, what, where, when, and why of the business. So I would say that. Um, if I might, just kind of for a quick second, I was all over the place in my training. I was like, if you think of things as sort of like an A, B, C, D progression, I was A, Q, F, Y, M, J. Like I was
Oh,
not
me too,
going
dude.
about things the right way. And it
Me
wasn't
too.
until I sat down with a fellow voice actress by the name of Laura Post. Um, and we sat down and we talked, and she was much further along in the business than I was. And I thank God that she let me pick her brain over a cup of coffee for an hour, because without that, I definitely would not have had the roadmap. So if you happen to know someone who's a little bit further along in the business, please, 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 by all means, reach out. A lot of people ask, what's a helpful tool as far as like kind of getting in. My advice is be good at making friends. I'm
Yeah.
serious. Like utilize your community. There's a lot of talented and knowledgeable voice actors on Twitter. And just reach out. Knowledge is power. That's my 2 cents.
That's awesome. Good advice.
That's
Excellent advice.
All right. I think that was just enough time to move on to the next question. Or I don't know what's next.
Voice, it's
Actually,
the next. This is Pico. I think there's about a 10-second
Got a little
delay with the
monkey
screen.
child.
yeah, a monkey child. No, you do. If you guys aren't familiar, there's a game called Minish Cap, pretty old school Zelda game, and it's like kind of like little mouse people. They're just they live in the woods, and I know Pico specifically flies an owl, which is pretty cool. So I will read Pico's information here. So Pico is a Minish from the Hebra region, aged 18, around 8 centimeters, so pretty tiny. Pronouns she, he, they, but born female, it seems. So born in the Minish village located in Rito village. She was always curious of the world around her. She would usually explore with her childhood friends, soon discovering their passion for the Minish and Hyrule history. She also discovered her passion for drawing birds and landscapes, fueling her ambition to explore Hyrule and find out more about Minish history. But for a long time, she helped her father and mother out with different errands. She raises an owlet called Coco, who becomes her friend to travel years to come. And then you'll see 2 boxes of text here of different dialogue. I'm debating how this character would sound.
Given their size, wouldn't it sound much high pitched, like a little pipsqueak sort of sound?
Maybe, yeah. I would imagine mousy, pipsqueaky, but I don't think it's like super pipsqueaky. I don't know why. I'm not getting that vibe.
I mean, just leaning in that direction, but not full on pipsqueak, because you don't go full on pipsqueak.
Never go full pipsqueak.
You never can.
What are you guys thinking though?
I'm wondering if I could. I went to Rams versus Chargers pre-season opener yesterday, so I'm wondering how high pitched I can even get. I'm kind of hoarse. Let's see.
Yeah.
You do a horse
Yeah.
echo
One day.
interpretation.
I think it's more on the feminine side, but not complete pipsqueak. That's the only way I can put it.
Really young feminine. Just really make it really cute and nasally and pinched as much as you possibly can.
Sure. Is that?
Yeah. Try out some of the dialogue. They've got some below there, if you guys can see.
There has to be something more to be ruins, right, Coco?
Oh, I love that.
Thank Hylia we lost those keys. We could have been goners.
That's awesome.
Keys on Van Nuys. That's an LA joke.
That is LA.
That's awesome.
Definitely making someone's day in
For all
chat.
you Southlanders.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try one of the lines myself.
Do they speak to the owl? Maybe like
Yeah, they speak to the owl. I think most of these lines are to the owl, if I remember correctly. How about,
So sweet of you! Whoa! Is that the Hylian champion?
that's my attempt.
I like
yeah,
it.
nice nasaliness in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice,
Some great qualities.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bowing.
Feed.
Thank you, everyone in chat. All right, perfect. I think we got her.
Question.
All right.
great.
So
You have the next
our
one?
question is: if you were transported to Hyrule, what place would you visit first?
Oh God.
There's a lot of Hyrule. There's a lot of it.
It could be.
I
one
mean,
of
I
the
gotta
four-
visit the laboratory.
But which one?
I gotta visit. I hate to sound narcissistic, but I gotta visit Robbie's lab and see what it's like in there.
That's true. Though, in Tears of the Kingdom, Robbie takes over Pura's lab too. So they're both technically
Oh, wow.
yours. You own all the
More
labs,
labs, the
though.
merrier.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
I mean, the castle, Hyrule Castle, would be just a great, beautiful place to go and visit.
Yeah.
It'd be really easy for me to say Death Mountain, but don't get me wrong, I want to go to Death Mountain. Like, it would be so much fun. Like, the Gorons and being able to hang out with them would be a dream come true. But yeah, I mean, just kind of like the Great Plains. Like, oh my God, it's just like, how can you not like love the beauty and majesty of just the greenery and all that it has.
Absolutely. I do that a lot when I play any of the Zelda games. I like to kind of just sit out in the wilderness, which is so funny because it's gotten to the point where instead of like going into a game and being like, wow, this looks like the real world, I'll be in the real world and be like, wow, this looks like the Hyrule Plains. I'm like, that's how you know I'm a little bit too far into the geek side of things.
I'm a Lurelin Village fan myself.
Yeah, Lurelin Village is pretty good. That just seems very relaxing.
Yes.
On the plus side, the planes make a good sandbox for your Zonai contraptions.
That's true. That's true.
All right, we ready for the next one?
Let's go for it. Speed run.
Ooh, we've got a Goron this time.
Oh, let's go.
Joe, this is your field.
This is my time.
Yeah, let's go.
Teach me the ways of the Goron.
Yes.
All right, I'm waiting for the page to load. Here we go. All right, so this is Morrison by the MG12. So species, of course, is Goron. Their age is 50, so I'm guessing that's... I don't know what Daruk's age is, but I'm guessing it's around... I feel like Daruk's around 50. Height, 8 feet, pronouns he, him. So Morrison is the top warrior of the Goron tribe. He has gauntlets made of pure marbled rock, mined straight from the deepest depths of Death Mountain, and he is known as the Dodongo Slayer. Given his name, he also works for Hudson Construction. I could always use more Gorons.
Yunobo Co. is hiring.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
there we go. They pay good.
Yeah.
So I've heard. Lots of food. All right. Well,
Oh, marbled rock roast at that.
I don't think he has any lines.
There's no
but-
lines.
Is he
But-
just all
no.
grunts?
So there, some of them did not submit lines, so it's kind of
Okay.
just up to whatever you want to do.
And you know what? I don't think he. I mean, at the risk of sounding repeating myself as like Sarah, like Daruk or something like that. You know, just looking at his beard and like how sharp and like it just. I want to give him like some crunch, like.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's also
You know,
got my favorite
whereas-
detail to him is the volcano head too. So I feel like there'd be some gargle to it. You know,
Yeah.
like
Whereas Daruk is like very round and like I want to give him some crunch just to
yeah, I like
you
that.
know, really tighten up the
Yes.
sphincter with that one. There's really no other way to put it.
So I think a good line then. I think you need to give his pitch into working for Yunobo the Yunobo Co.
Is Yunobo Co hiring?
Excellent. Jake, you want to give this one a shot at all?
Let's see. You said he does have a he does have a volcano head, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
So, is it getting hot in here, or is it just me? Ooh,
You guys
know,
are
that
both
might sound-
fantastic.
That's good stuff right there. Yeah.
I love it.
It sounds like if Yoda was a Goron.
I wasn't
I'm
expecting
an
that.
apprentice stonemason.
I'd imagine
Well,
on the
it reminds
construction
me-
side, maybe he does stonework or something, you know.
And I'm saying this as a compliment. It reminds me of like a mature Cookie Monster.
Let's go about a Yoda.
I've never missed a mortgage payment. Can you believe these insurance premiums?
I think
Adult
this is
stuff,
beyond
you know.
my
That's the
vocal
right
range.
amount of rumbly.
Me want marbled rock roast. Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah.
Goldfish.
Yeah, I can't even. I would have to go full like throaty if I was to
Yes,
try
like-
it, but it wouldn't even
Yes.
sound good. I'd have to go into like Ganon territory where it's like need one. Blah, blah, blah. Just like, that's as good as it's gonna get in order of like like deep sound.
Like the C is for cookie song, only with rock roast.
I mean,
You know,
I know
I
there's
ended
like
up finding
helium
out,
gas getting pitch higher, but isn't there one that also makes it go lower?
Yeah, there is some sort of like reverse helium out there. I'll have to try it sometime. I'll get back to you.
Anti-helium. Obviously.
Yeah, anti-helium, of course.
Says the scientist.
All right, I think we nailed Morrison, so let's get to that question.
All right, so our question is from Mischievous Minis. You can become any Zelda character, transporting yourself forever into their shoes. Who is it and why?
And other people, before we answer that, other people have asked versions of this question. So forgive me if I did not write your name down. But some other people were asking, like, if you could be a past character or like not from Breath of the Wild or Age of Calamity specifically. From if you know about past games, if you don't, that's fine. If you could be any character, really, I'm curious.
There are times in my real life where I relate to Linebeck a lot.
Yes.
Just kind of like, and as far as like just anybody who's over their day job, I mean,
Yes.
there is something to be appreciated with Linebeck and like his portrayal, specifically in Wind Waker, where it's just like, yeah, all right, yeah, come on, let's do it.
If there's time later, I want to hear a Linebeck impersonation.
Oh God,
He's my favorite character. He's my favorite.
He'll be like, "Oh, my hour's up. Oh, sorry."
Yeah.
So
that's a Linebeck thing to say.
So about Linebeck, like the way I have always interpreted him, and I could be very, very wrong, he strikes me as like a very French kind of a sounding character.
I could see it, yeah.
Oh no, looks like they got away or whatever.
I love that, yes.
Like,
yeah.
come on. Spin the wheel if you want. I do not care. You know, just you know.
Wait.
We are open until 5 o'clock today.
You know, just over it. Just so done.
Yeah. Wind Waker is just our childhood.
Yeah. Well, wait, no, that's Phantom Hourglass is Linebeck.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But Wind Waker is the childhood, but Linebeck, yeah.
I love him. Absolutely. So you say Linebeck, I'm guessing.
I mean, again, just kind of in my I feel like I'm Linebeck in my regular life, just like kind of just over it. So I don't know if that even counts.
I mean, you're basically you, but on the feet. Sometimes it's nice to be a character that's kind of similar to yourself. There's not much to change. You just have to learn how to ride a boat.
Yeah, it's just a little too real.
Yeah.
I like Beetle. Beetle's kind of just a nice just positive guy, you know. Yeah, I think there's something admirable about Beetle, I guess.
Somewhere on the
Beetle
world,
is so underappreciated. I agree. More Beetle.
Like he doesn't need much in life. He really doesn't. And like there's something beautiful in like his simplicity of just being like a kind of a nice, hardworking guy, but like he's just very positive to me. I don't know. That's just kind of how he resonates to me.
Excellent.
Love it.
And what about you, Jake? I know you got a good one.
Oh man. Oh man, pressure's on. Bird people, man. Ritos. I love bird people.
You strike me as a Rito guy for some reason.
In all, like, I just love anthropomorphized bird people in, like, all lores. Like, Skeksis from Dark Crystal are awesome.
Yes.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. You were Falco.
Halo, the annoying bird guys with the shields. That always snipe you. But, they get to fly around their villages in the middle of a lake. What's not to love? So, sounds like the life for me.
So follow-up question then. Follow-up question. What kind of bird would you be?
Man. See, owls are dope. Love owls. Oh, man, what is my favorite kind of bird? I would love to say... because one of my hobbies is like when I go outside or whenever I like IDing birds. And I must say that the Swainson's thrush has a beautiful song And down here, the yellow-rumped warbler has a beautiful song. So either one of those two, because they have the prettiest song.
I know a couple of hardcore Rito fans in our group that you're going to make very happy.
Yes.
You see it.
All right. We gotta speed up just a smidge, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Oh, TC, I so wish TC could be here today. They send their absolute love to both of you. Like they say, they want me to tell you that Robbie is one of their favorites of all time. They just love a geeky, nerdy character. So, so shout out to Robbie here.
Hey, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much.
Excellent. So TC submitted Master Koga, but it is not the Master Koga that we know. This is Master Koga's parent, as I believe. So Master Koga Senior. So this is a Yiga, of course, around their 40s or 50s, about 8 feet tall, pretty tall lad. Goes by either he, him, or she, her pronouns. And it says, Master Koga is the previous chief of the Yiga clan, making him the father of the Master Koga seen in Age of Calamity / Breath of the Wild. After forcibly taking the clan from his mother and earning his name of the title Master Koga, he's there to be gay, do crimes, love his son, and be a menace to the current chief of the Sheikah specifically. So they got beef. After coming to an understanding with the current chief of the Sheikah, Koga and him both agreed to a secret truce, ending the fighting between the clans. Behind the king's back, they swap intel, covertly, I can speak, it's fine, covertly meet up and grow closer together. He may have taken things a bit too far, though, because pretty soon they're overthrowing the king and toppling the monarchy together. Oops. So this is where some of the vocal stuff gets a little bit more on the PG-13 side. So pick and choose what dialogue you want to go with here. No pressure to do anything specific, but they are a rather silly lad. He's a rather silly guy. So you're gonna notice some Koga vibes in this one.
His voice almost sounds to me like feels like a Suga sound alike.
Yeah, I'm imagining something between Koga and Suga for this person for some reason. Thinking.
For the record, 48 isn't even that old, okay?
That one's excellent.
Definitely the silly ones.
That was fantastic.
Like, I think we could definitely play up the sort of like the dad quality to it, and like, you know, the insecurities and like just the juxtaposition between him and his son. So I think there's a lot of comedy to be had with him. You know?
Yeah, 100%. That is TC's way.
Yeah. Maybe like
You would do best to use my full name, Master Koga. Thank you.
Yes. I feel like both of those fit so well, but like different versions of him.
Yeah.
Up, pay attention to me.
That definitely has Koga vibes.
In the name of my clan and the Sheikah tribe, I'm asking you to join our crusade and rid the kingdom of its head.
Yes.
It's fantastic. I really want them to make like a saga of just the Yiga, you know, just
Yiga.
We just need more Yiga. Like
there's
they're
a lot of
fantastic.
meat on that bone. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with it.
Absolutely. I hope they make it into like further series, even if it's not necessarily connected to Breath of the Wild anymore.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some sort of official announcement that this was going to be a style that was going to be adapted into future games from now on? End quote.
I don't know.
Nintendo has kind of come out and said that like the open world format is here to stay. So
They're pulling
those
a
of you that
Ubisoft.
wanted, for those of you that like really wanted the linear format, I'm sorry, but yeah, open world I think is gonna be going
way
forward
for the
like the
future.
way to do it. Yeah.
I'm a very simple person. If Zelda is on the title, I don't care. I'll play it.
Me, I'm just a sucker for a good story.
It's like French fries. Like even when they're cold and bad, you're still eating them. You're like, it's not even that good, and you're just like still shoving them in your mouth.
Pizza's good as good. When it's bad, still pretty
All
good.
right, so
Yeah.
we've got some questions. We have one for Jake and one for Joe, and then one for both of you. So for Jake, what do you think Robbie's theme song would be if Robbie played an instrument? What would it be? And who is more mad scientist, Robbie or Purah?
Let's see.
But-
What is a good song that Robbie? I feel like he would be like an 80s butt metal guy. Maybe like Rock You by Rock You Like a Hurricane could be his come out music.
Definitely.
Or maybe something off the cuff. Maybe he's just like really into Limp Bizkit. Who knows? Maybe he's a new metal guy.
I could see both.
I did it all for the cookie.
Let's see. If
He
he
definitely
played...
has.
It's true.
He's
Oh,
got
sorry.
like 80s vibes.
Yeah, maybe it's the hair.
Yeah.
Could be.
That being said, I don't want to go right out and say like electric guitar, but I feel like he would try to take an instrument and just take it completely out of context. Like maybe he would try and do like the first distorted trombone, like run a trombone through a guitar distortion pedal, you know, that kind of tinkering.
Yes. For sure.
Robbie just seems to never be the sort of person to sit quietly.
No. It's blessing and his curse. That
All right.
who's more,
And
the
who's
mad
more
scientist?
mad?
Oh, God. I think they go pretty tit for tat. I think it's kind of I think it's...
I think they show like the same, like two sides of the same coin kind of deal.
Yeah, I can't in good conscience go one way or the other. So
All
I'll
right,
say
so
equal.
equal. All right. Joe, what's your favorite thing about Daruk and Yunobo? Were you always a fan of the Gorons before voicing them?
I was always a fan of the Gorons before voicing them. I fell in love during Ocarina of Time, and I definitely fell in love during Wind Waker. Like, as a 13-year-old playing those games, even the theme song is still kind of stuck in my head to this day. And I remember vividly, as a teenager playing those games when they first came out and just being fascinated with them and like just kind of falling in love with like how adorable and lovable like this race was. And never in a million years could I ever have imagined voicing a Goron later on in my life. I mean, it never could have imagined it. As far as my favorite things about Daruk and Yunobo, they're kind of different qualities. Like, Daruk is very fatherly, and I love that about him. Like, he's very comforting, like very reassuring, and I love that about him. Very positive, very earnest. Whereas Yunobo, and it was very important for me to sort of portray that arc with Yunobo, where when we see him in Breath of the Wild, he's extremely insecure. He's so nervous. He's so unsure of himself. And then by the time we get to see him in Tears of the Kingdom, he's starting to kind of settle into his skin a little bit more. And for me, that was so important to portray that growth. Just that development as a person, because, for someone like Yunobo, who's just always nervous and scared of his own shadow, to be able to now he's the face of the Gorons. Like, there is some weight and responsibility, but he doesn't want to let anybody down. And I admire and I love that so much. So, yeah, those are some of my favorite things about Daruk and Yunobo.
You can always count on him, Goro.
And for both of you, was there anything you did to get more in character before voicing your characters? And were you a Zelda/Nintendo fan before voicing them?
Yeah, I guess for Robbie specifically, I kind of used Jack Black as a very big energy influence. I
I can
grew
see
up
that.
Yes.
there was a time in like sophomore year of high school where I torrented The Pick of Destiny, and then I watched it like religiously every night. That's what I looked forward to, and I like memorized the whole thing, and so I kind of pumped that energy into Robbie. And yeah, I've always been a Nintendo fan. I'm more versed in like the Mario world, but I watched my friends play a lot of Ocarina of Time, and Link was always a go-to in Smash Bros. My
Mhm.
high school had, video game club, and I was always getting my butt handed to me in
Wish I was in
Smash
that
Bros.
club.
Though.
Yeah. Yeah, I've grown up a Nintendo fan all my life. And Ocarina of Time was kind of the first, like, the N64 as a whole was a system that I like for the first time I got a chance to play exclusively by myself. Like up until that point, I have an older brother, and so we shared the systems, and him being older, really he was the one that was doing all the playing. So like I never really got a chance to really dive into the games as much as I would have liked to have, but like by the time the N64 came around, my brother was like, he had moved on from video games. He was like moving out of the house and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, cool. This is my time. And like, it was great to be able to, you know, play Ocarina of Time, all to myself. Um, I love Zelda. Obviously, Zelda holds a special place in my heart. But I'd be lying if I said that Metroid is a series that is that's it's just so great, man. I show up for Metroid all the time, man.
Understandable.
Like Samus is one of my mains on Smash. It's kind of a tie between Samus and Wario. Um, those are my two favorite Smash characters, and I know nobody picks those characters. Like specifically Wario, nobody plays Wario on Smash. Like, oh my god, but he's so unconventional, and I love that about him. Like Wario is just chaos, like personified, and I love that in a character. So, yeah.
That is excellent. Shout
Yeah.
out to the Wario fans out there.
Yeah.
All right.
I really loved his one game from like the Game Boy. I forget what that one was called. I don't know, but there was a Wario game for the Game Boy that I used to love so much.
Yes, Wario World.
Wario World, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was number 4.
Yeah. Good
we have
stuff.
Zora next.
Oh, there we go. Waiting for the info to pop up on my side. Sorry. Technical difficulties.
Like there's like a 10 to 15 second delay.
Yeah, here it goes. Okay. So we got Aiden by Toon. So this is a Zora, aged 43, another tall lad, 6'4". So
That's what was me.
yeah, so he is a lone wolf type character, keeps to himself. He's got a sense of humor, but is usually pretty dramatic, but quite strong. He likes the color black and has always been a bit different from other Zora when he was younger. He's kind of like Zoro from One Piece. So if you're familiar with Zoro, very loyal to his friends. There's no dialogue for this character, so whatever you're feeling for them, just go at it. I think this
he
is
kind
out
of
of my
strikes me as like having a lot of like internal turmoil, like really brooding and just I need to help them. Very conflicted in his duty.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to think of for this character for a voice, but that sounds very fitting.
Yeah, the lone wolf also kind of makes me want to go into a more introspective. Maybe he doesn't open up quite as much, but
Yeah.
I didn't have many friends growing up.
Oh.
I mean, it's like he's like the
But I'm doing
Batman
just
of
fine.
Zora.
Yeah.
Batman Zora.
I mean, just by the voice alone, that's the raspiness I'm getting out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
Just background aside, that's just how it sounds like.
Yeah.
And you can definitely look the part with the right coloring.
Instead of I am the night is I am the water or something.
I am the water.
That's great.
Shadow vibes. Yeah, that works too.
Oh yeah. Someone in chat says it's kind of like Shadow, which is in my top 3 favorite characters of all time is Shadow the Hedgehog.
There's a Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie in production too.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
All right. All right, let me change my screen so it'll take. This is fun. So,
Yeah,
question
speaking of
2,
One Piece.
do you like One Piece? I know we were just talking about that. And this question is for both of you. Do you like One Piece?
I don't follow. I don't read One Piece. I'm not that big of an anime person as much as I probably should be, considering that I have done anime. So I realize that is like a crime. It's sacrilegious to say. Like, it's not that I don't like One Piece. I just haven't really watched any. Like, some of my best friends are so into One Piece. They're like, oh my God, it's like they're like 1,500 episodes deep. Like, this is so, and it's so good. Like, it's so good. And I was like, I haven't had a chance to dive into it. And it's like, dude, I mean, I don't know. I have a lot of catching up to do. So
I don't think you're ever gonna catch up on One Piece.
yeah, right.
I have a friend that's trying to watch it all in one go. I haven't heard back from him yet.
All right.
I couldn't have.
I
I couldn't have said it better myself. I know what it is. I think the artwork is beautiful, but honestly, too, for I do anime, and it just other things take up my bandwidth, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's just the long and short of it.
Priorities, we get it.
But it must
Yeah,
be good
no,
because
I've only watched a couple episodes, so I but
Dragon
yeah.
Ball Z, Demon Slayer, and Yuri on Ice. That is my
Yuri on
depth.
That's fine, dude. Maybe one day I'll watch more too.
I just
so
finished
next,
Better Call Saul, so that was
nice.
my big commitment. I'm always
So
late to the party.
Next is Flutes. I feel like you have to introduce this one, Flute. It's your character.
Goodness. Okay. Wow. So this is Toma. And he is around 25-ish. Pronouns are he and him. He is Hylian, but he hails from the neighboring kingdom to the west of called Arcadia. And so he's the Arcadian prince. So he's a friendly, charismatic, charming, and devastatingly handsome young prince. He has dark, cinnamon brown skin with chocolate brown eyes and dark brown curly hair. So essentially just a heartthrob, I suppose you could say. He speaks with a soft Middle Eastern-ish accent and enjoys adventure. And so, yeah. And he's kind of in the story is a rival to Link when it comes to a relationship with Zelda. So
It's kind of like an anti-hero.
yeah, he's competitive. Yeah.
Please forgive me for startling you. My name is Tova Rova, Prince of Arcadia, your neighboring kingdom to the northwest. I was invited here by a mysterious invitation that did not reveal its slender. Naturally, I made plans to attend, and now I am most delighted that I did. May I have the immense pleasure of a dance this evening?
I think all the girls just swooned from that.
Oh my goodness, that was fantastic.
I love it.
Let's see.
I know Aaron was like, I don't know if they're gonna nail the accent. I'm like, don't worry about it.
Nailed
Let's
it. That
see
was
here.
awesome.
Oh, I cannot fathom why the most beautiful woman in the castle tonight is currently without a dance partner.
Oh my gosh. It's giving me like Puss in Boots vibes in a very good way.
Mine might have been a little more telenovela.
Well, I was going to say Ricardo Moldovan. You know, the way
Oh
that
yeah.
you know.
That's fantastic.
I love everyone in the chat.
That was obviously the crowd pleaser.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, guys. That was fun. Okay, so we've got questions. So, Jake, what do you think is Robbie's most redeeming quality?
You know, okay, here's the deal. No, there is a cutscene in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, when the castle is just getting bombarded and attacked, and Robbie's up on the siege walls, and I forget who's up on the walls with him, but they're all like freaking out and be like, what can we do? We're all screwed. And Robbie is more known for his like spontaneity, his crazy and wildness. But I forget what exactly the line is. But he has a moment of just calmness and calculated, and he says in so many words like, "Hey, don't worry, we'll get through this." So as much as he is known for being just a goof and like, does this guy take anything seriously? He is very serious about what he's doing, and he can be very controlled and have a lot of composure when the need arises. So
That very scene was poetic in a way. The whole first rescue mission of Age of Calamity, when you get the rescue mission theme going, it was like the first full-on "This is Zelda" epic theme going on. It was just incredible, and having Robbie spearhead it all, that I bet you were very proud of him.
Absolutely.
All right, Joe, what is your most memorable moment about voicing Daruk?
God, there's a couple of really good, memorable moments. From Breath of the Wild, I would say it's the moment where we see Daruk and he's, kind of just pondering, what happened to the rest of the Gorons, how did we fare during the Great Calamity? And he has that moment with Yunobo. And he sees him, and it's like, okay, we're still going strong indeed. And it's just kind of a great, nice, heartfelt moment. There's one other that really, really sits in my heart so much, was the Champions Ballad DLC. And the scenes that I did in that was I loved everything with the dog and Princess Zelda and that whole exchange. But the moment that I think that I really, really cherished was that end scene of the DLC where we all come together and we take the photo. Like all the champions, Link, Zelda were right there. And it's such a small little moment but you see everyone's personality shine so much in just that little moment. And for me, it was one of those things where at that point in time, I didn't know if there was going to be a Hyrule Warriors. I didn't know if there was going to be a Tears of the Kingdom. So for all intents and purposes, at that point in time, in my head, I'm thinking this might very well be the last time I voice this character. And so it's just like, and for the record, I will 1,000 times come back and voice Daruk or Yunobo again. Like just every opportunity, I will absolutely, because I love these characters so much. So, again, you don't want it to end. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's where we touch upon the self-fulfilling prophecy of you love doing the character, they love you doing the character, you return for more of the character, the cycle continues.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and went to our next. I know Joe has to go here in a few minutes. So
yeah, we're kind of close to the end of the first round. So if we're able to speed run the next couple, I don't want to gloss over anyone, but just just because I know there's some people who are wanting to hear your voice, Joe, but I know if you gotta go, you gotta go, so no worries. But this is Adam. He is I can't see it from here, but I think it's Arcadian.
He's Arcadian, yes.
It's basically Hylian-esque. 5'11", he, him. I am familiar with this character. He's a bit of a snarky type, he's got a bit of an attitude, but he's actually caring. So it says, losing his parents and being guilted to take his parents' business, the Jolly Jug, a milk bar, became his only option as to not abandon his sister. Although that was not his plans, he still wishes to go exploring other kingdoms and has a savings bill, but can't seem to leave his sister Juniper. Some resentment keeps him a bit jaded and crude, but he has a huge soft spot for Juniper, but meeting the hero changed everything. He also secretly plays the mandolin. I can't speak. So we got a little bit of a snarky guy here, but he's got a heart. And there's a couple lines there. He's also a smoker. We don't condone smoking, but he smokes. I'm imagining something, I don't know. The creator of this character is actually here with us today. So let me know if I'm wrong, Abby, but I feel like it's something kind of like medium pitched raspy, maybe a little bit on the higher pitch side, like slightly medium high.
But attitude-wise, doesn't it almost seem more leaning towards Shadow? Like, I know we were talking about the Zoro, but this is probably even more Shadow.
Maybe. Could be kind of breathy almost, but I don't know. I think it's more. I'm feeling less breathy, more like very clear, but just kind of got that snarkiness to it.
Shut up, Jimmy.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll let Joe go for these since he's got to go soon. If that's cool with you, Joe.
Sure. I mean, I you can't ignore the fact that he's 22, and he's kind of got a little bit of a temper going. Lord knows I was definitely full of piss and vinegar when I was 22. So I think there's shut up, Junie. Just stories though. Tree spirit or something like that. Shit's out of gold or whatever. Just again, that attitude needs to shine through.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you were 22 years old, or at least I was, when no one can tell you otherwise. Like you think you know it all. And
you're at the top of your game, at least you think.
All the guys here can relate. We have that phase. Just like, shut up, Mom.
Yeah.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Hey, it's not my fault if people want sugar all over their conversations. Just young and just, like I said, kind of a hothead.
Absolutely.
It has
do we want to
does he have an accent then? Do these people have accents?
I'm imagining it's something kind of like British or Australian.
Yeah, maybe like a fantasy accent. Hey, it's not my fault if people want sugar all over their conversations. Pain in the arse, small talk is. Just petty insecurities. I'd rather my bar be empty than full of swiving idiots.
It's almost got Rivali vibes to it.
He's very Rivali-esque, yeah.
Excellent. All right, what we got next? Is it another character? Yeah, I think we have a few characters in a row here. All right. So we got I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. I think it's Saizo, or is it Sizo? Kaizo? Kaiju? Yeah, Sizo maybe. A Gerudo that lives in Kakariko. Very friendly, he helps out the village when they need him. He spends a lot of time thinking about what happened with his mother when he was brought here. I do not know the backstory on that one, but he also became friends with Link on one fateful blood moon night where they protected the village from the Yiga clan. I'm guessing also kind of like mid-tone voice, maybe something a bit more like, when I think of Kakariko, I think of like soft spoken,
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking like, well, I didn't expect that to happen. Kind of.
Well, I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that soft quality.
Shh, I'm here to help you. Don't make too much noise.
I can't believe how like spot on you guys are with these, like right off the bat. I mean, I didn't make all these characters, but I can feel it.
It just goes to show you how much they're devoted to their craft.
Mm-hmm.
You really are Link. I'm Sisu, by the way.
That is so good. Love it. All right. I think we're speed running this. We want to go to the next one.
I think I've got one more in me.
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
No, was there anything else that you or like one more question or
do we want to do a question or do we want to do a
you know what? I know that Mickey has to go soon. I think her character's next. Oh, it's not. Or is it after that one? I don't remember. I know that she wanted the
do we want to go to Faye and then come back?
Yeah, let's go to Faye real quick because I know that she's a
There he is.
Fire Emblem fan, and I know that you got some Fire Emblem experience. So we'll bang out Faye real quick. Let's do it. Woo. All right. Got a real long background here. I'm gonna try to summarize for you. Faye is like a Gerudo / Hylian. He's kind of like a unabashed lover type. So he's very flirty in his encounters. But he's very like soft at heart. He does like get into a lot of trouble. Everyone always says that he's pretty, like he likes to be ballsy, and it usually ends up with him getting injured, hence all the scars and everything he's got on him. But he's got a few lines of dialogue here. And I remember Mickey said, if you're familiar with Fire Emblem, he's kind of like, I can't remember the name exactly. What was it? Lindalt? Or what's his name? I don't know. But also Lindart, that's what it was. Lindart? I don't know. Also kind of similar to, I know we've compared him a lot to Flynn Rider from the Tangled movie.
Yeah. So maybe. Well, I warned you. 3 parts. Pointing out the fruit, me climbing, then yelling catch. What more could I give you? If you can't juggle the fruit down below, then maybe next time you'll be the one climbing up. Huh? How'd you like that?
Do you want me to make you fly high, my butterfly?
The very flirty.
Now, I know you want to keep the Korok, Zazzy, but we can't do that. We have to give them their freedom too.
That's definitely his more romantic tone.
Yeah. He's very suave. Mickey is very excited about that. Yes. Excellent. Glad we were able to get that one in. How are you doing, Joe, on time?
I gotta go. I gotta go be a dad right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, go be a dad, Joe. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, guys. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, and keep your DMs open, Joe. In the next, within this next couple days, we have a gift for you. We're just kind of wrapping it up. Yeah, we wanted to say thank you.
Thank you.
Because this was a super awesome opportunity to have you both on. Jake, we're holding on to you for a little bit longer. We're kidnapping you. But
I will say this: if you guys want to reach out, for those of you that I didn't get a chance to answer more of your questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Joe Hernandez VO. I'll put it in the chat right now, but I want to make sure that if anybody has questions, they could totally reach me, and please feel free to reach out and stuff like that. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Joe, for being here.
Thank you guys.
stay strong, and eat plenty of rock roast.
Yes. Get that marbled rock roast, guys.
Yes.
All right.
Excellent.
I'll see you later. Thank you, guys.
Bye,
Thank
Joe.
you.
Bye.
See you later, man. Good seeing you.
See you, Jacob.
Later.
All right.
What a fine gentleman.
He is.
He is.
We lost your sound there, Joey. We can go back to the question. Let's see
Sure.
if I can go back. I don't know if I can go back. Maybe it will. There we go. All right. So, Jake, what was the most memorable experience you've had when meeting a fan of the character or characters you've voiced?
Let's see. I haven't really met fans in like person. I'm still gearing up to go to cons and stuff, which I'm hoping to do very soon. But I would say like all the artwork, man. Y'all are so talented. Just all you visual artists. I remember when Halo came out, I voiced the Jackals in that one. I mean, like in the game, it's just an NPC that you kill. You know, it's not like it's Master Chief. It's not like it's Cortana or whatever. But all of the stunning artwork is just so insane. And had people like sending me stuff. I would just look up hashtags. Same thing with like Zelda stuff and Robbie stuff. Just it just boggles my mind how many good artists there are out there.
Awesome.
All of you who draw, be it digital or analog, keep on doing what you're doing.
Awesome. All right, so Joey hopped off for a little bit. I think her computer froze, so she'll be back here in just a little bit.
Cool.
But we have CISO by Zixi, and this little guy is a Gerudo, young adult, average height, and Weslow, actually I think it's Weslow, not CISO. So Weslow is a young, somewhat amateur wizrobe. He is only able to cast basic attacking spells on his own, though he is able to have a more diverse spell list through the use of various magic-based weapons. Weslow also has a family consisting of his mother Charlotte, father Zion, and youngest sister Pavilla. For his personality, he tries to take after his father, being very elegant and scholarly sounding. However, most of the time he ends up sounding more verbose and even nonsensical, often wording sentences or phrases very strangely. Usually comes off more as charming and amusing rather than elegant.
Sure. So maybe by his sensibilities, he's eager. He's trying to, live up to his father's standard. And but I can only do basic casts right now. But in a couple years, I will be the most powerful wizrobe you've ever heard of. Or maybe there's a little more you've ever heard of, a little more elegance in there. You shall perish by the power of the arcane arts!
Yes.
We cannot... Ha! Moblins will be blasted by a fireball and proclaim he cannot wield a bow!
Yes.
Something there?
That was fantastic. Sorry, I just caught the tail end of that. My computer went on panic mode.
I loved it. Like you could hear that he was elegant, but he's got that amateurish sound. Yeah.
So just to be sure, we absolutely got that. Let's start again from the top.
No.
No.
I mean, I'm used to doing an A/B take, so
Ignore him.
Ain't no way you ignoring me.
That was great.
Fantastic. That was really good.
So forgive me, I missed. I don't know if you got my question or not because my computer freaked out. But how are we doing on time with you, Jake?
good. Since I have somewhere I'd like to be at 7, since But we can go pretty close up until there if you guys like.
For sure.
Like 7:40, something like that. 40. Give me a little time to get pretty. I have to go to a birthday party, so.
Yeah, get your makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your game face on.
I have this
Yeah.
really expensive bronzer. No, I wanted to say about who is it? Feisul. He reminds me for all you brain fart. He reminds me of Gatry a little bit. His personality for all you Fire
Gatry.
Emblem folk. There's a guy in Fire Emblem Heroes. I voiced two guys, Wrath and Gatry. And Gatry is kind of this description. He's like a lovable rogue. He's very flirty. He gets into trouble, but he's got a good heart.
That sounds a lot like him. And not to shout myself out here, but I did the art for Faye here.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. You'll see this art again when my character comes up.
I like the little notch on the scimitar. It looks deadly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so question from Mickey Taco for Mickey, and she's here, I believe. Prior to being cast in your respective roles, did you have any knowledge or background with the Legend of Zelda series? And is there a video game or anime series that you would love an opportunity to provide a voice for in the future?
Oh, man. I mean, I knew Zelda from my childhood, of course. By the time I got around to auditioning for this, for Age of Calamity, it would kind of been off my radar for a few years. In fact, in the audition specs, they kept it very cryptic. It's just said he's a nerdy, like scientist type, laid out but nothing that pertains to the world, to Zelda at all. It was just all, and I'm sure they used like a lot of times for video games, they'll use dialogue that isn't actual game dialogue because of sometimes for like legal reasons, sometimes to just like encapsulate the emotion they're trying to capture. So I was given that limited information through my callback, and then when I booked it, I walked into the booth, and then I found out it was Zelda. I was like, oh, cool. And the voice that I had auditioned with was completely different from what Robbie ended up being. The voice I auditioned with was kind of like this high-pitched, like, very interesting. Kind of like a quintessential, like, nerdy scientist, like, ooh, Excelsior, that you would think. And then the director for that session and my friend Chris Fiella, he's like, no, let's not do that. He's like, there's like these guitar stings in there. There's all these like poses and stuff. Like, let's just make them rock and roll. Let's, what happens if you make them rock and roll? So I'm like, okay, this. And just prayed to Jack Black really quick and just let her loose. And that's what happened.
So to an extent, you would say you really defined the character more than what they provided you could ever do.
Yeah, and that's part of the fun part. It's that could be daunting, but it's also a gift when you're given like limited resources for just like character information, because then it's just like a blank canvas, and then it's time to have fun and see where it goes.
It's either a chance to project yourself or be something you're usually not.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is there a franchise you'd like to voice for in the future?
Thank you. Yeah. Oh man, so many. I would love to be Cobra Commander in G.I. Joe. That would be dope.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
I would love to be in Mech Warriors, because I play Mech Warriors Mercenaries 5 and right now, and I want to get blown up in a big robot suit. How fun does that sound? And then those are the two I can think about.
He-Man?
I was thinking Skeletor too.
Joke's on you!
Yes, definitely Skeletor.
Skeletor is a little more. If let's see, if
if I remember Skeletor's voice correctly, if Cobra Commander is more here, then Skeletor is curse you, He-Man. It's a little more like dry and down the.
Yeah.
Curse you,
That is-
He-Man. Yeah, somewhere around there.
He-Man.
He-Man. Yeah, you can really hear the fact that he doesn't have any flesh on his face.
Yeah. That's all you gotta do is just put your teeth out like this.
You could just feel it in his bones.
That is a good. That is a very good like technique for. Let's say if you have to do an orc and he has tusks, maybe he you know, have a little bit of an underbite in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. This is another female OC, so I'll probably be helping out with this one too. But I'm very interested in seeing your own take. So this is an alternate universe version of Zelda by Jimmy. I hope Jimmy's here, but if she's not, then I'm sure she'll watch it afterward. So this version of Zelda is part Hylian, part Gerudo. She's 18. So it says, kind of similar to our Princess Zelda that we know in the last Breath of the Wild and everything. It says that she struggles to prove herself to her kingdom. When her goddess-given powers fail to appear, she lacks self-esteem due to the expectations that are set on her. She also feels pressure that comes with becoming a descendant of the goddess and faces scrutiny from her people for the lack of connection she has with Hylia. But this is where the twist comes in. It says, however, Zelda later learns that she holds the Triforce of Courage, and now she must face her destiny as the legendary hero. So she's kind of filling both roles of like where Link usually is, as well as where Zelda is usually at.
I might let you
You're gonna let me take it?
take this one. Yeah.
Well, it looks
Female,
like
especially like 18 years old. I
I'm
don't wanna. I don't wanna just sound like Mrs. Doubtfire or something.
I'm gonna also invite Taylor to speak. She's asking in our voice chat if she's if she
get
wants
in
a
here.
turn at this. So I feel like this is a good opportunity. Come on in here.
More the merrier.
I'll give it a shot while she's prepping here. So
Hello, I don't know if you can hear me.
we can hear
Hey,
you,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
we
want to
can
take
hear
the first shot, or do you want me to take first shot?
Why don't you go ahead and take the first shot?
For sure. I feel like this Zelda sounds like our Zelda, but maybe just a tad bit lower. I feel like those Gerudo vibes usually get more of like a strong like
Or
voice to them.
alto.
Yeah. So maybe it's like let me think. What's a good line? Someone give me a good line to get for Zelda.
We're looking at you, chat.
Maybe something about the fact that she has the Triforce of Courage. Oh, open your eyes. Let's see. So, Link, open your eyes. The Triforce of Courage? You don't mean that's me? How could it?
It's good.
That's
That
where
was
I'm
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can do it, Taylor. You got this. There's
It's okay. Sorry.
no.
This is
Take
my
your
first
time.
time doing an improv one.
We got some lines coming in here. How about something like, "It is I, Zelda, the
Oh, there we go.
wielder of the
Hold on,
Triforce
hold
of
on.
Courage."
I got it. Can't pronounce that. Yunobo? Find me, Link.
I love it.
I'll do the next one from. It is from. Real husband. I got it. Apologies if I butcher anybody's names here.
There's no shame here.
Link, be on your guard. Ganon's power grows. It rises to speak under the hour of the blood moon. By its glow, the aimless spirits of monsters that were slain in the name of the light return to flesh. Link, please be careful.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
Wow, that was fantastic. Great job, Taylor.
Good job, y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Alright,
Taylor, you have a really cool vocal quality.
Thank you so
To your
much. I
voice.
actually had some vocal training. Believe it or not.
Nice.
Chorale when I was in the Pitt Greensburg chorale a little bit.
Mm.
So
that is fantastic.
I've done some voice acting projects in the past as well. So
Well, good
Excellent.
job on this artwork. Whoever, the eyes really catch me.
yeah, I
particularly
agree.
On this character.
Yeah, this one was all of this was done by Jimmy, the original creator of the character. She has fantastic style. I love it. Thank you, Taylor. I am gonna put you back below the stage for now, but if we need you again, we know where to find you.
Okay. Thank you.
Great
Thank you.
job.
Oops. I hope I didn't cut you off too early there. Yes, but yeah, I think that's pretty fitting. All right, so this is from Hylian Tactician and Jimmy Jims. I'll give it to Flute. You're the question person.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Is there another Zelda character you would love to voice, Jake?
It's a toss-up between, going back to bird people, Rivali would be, and I like just how cranky and just no nonsense he is. He's just very stoic. But also, I do like voicing villains, and I get lucky to voice a villain every now and again. So of course, Ganon would be. I don't know what that says about me that I can channel my inner evil villain, but
It's a way to channel your chaotic energy.
Villains are the most fascinating people, I think. So
I've always heard that everyone always has more fun playing a villain.
Yeah.
They're probably pretty interesting to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of ironic that it's easier to destroy than create. Yet this is the Zelda Creators, and and you want to be a villain.
Well, we can make a new channel, the Zelda Destroyers.
Yeah, the Zelda Destroyers.
All right. This is Elodia by Hylian Tactician, one of our moderators. So we have a Zora, 140 years old. So that's like a young adult for Zora, I believe. So there's another she/her. So I'll probably give this one a shot. But it says, originally from Zora's domain, she is a curious Zora who wanted to explore the vast kingdom of Hyrule and learn its complicated history, but could not bring herself to leave her home. Upon witnessing Prince Sidon and Link's bravery facing Varuta, she's decided to be brave herself and set out on her own journey. This led her to become a member of the Zonai research team. Though timid and reserved at first, she's easily excitable when it comes to ancient artifacts and Zonai devices. So maybe you guys can help me out, figure what kind of tone range this would be for her, or if you want to give it a shot too.
In a way, this really does kind of draw from the angle of Robbie and Pura, always the scientific curious type. So this really is right up Jake's alley.
That is true.
Yeah, maybe she has some of that.
We also have Hylian, in the Hylian Tactician in the crowd. Yeah, she says shy and soft voice.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'll try, Oh, I've traveled around so much since I've left home, but I can't quite bring myself to explore those depths. Feel free to ask me anything about my research. I've even seen a Zonai construct in person.
How are you able to do that?
Throat coat tea.
I gotta buy it. Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can top that, and I'm a woman. I am woman.
Oh, you're great. Yeah. No, you'll do great.
Okay. I'll try out the second line. Feel free to ask me anything about my research. I've seen a Zonai construct in person before.
Oh, I like that because
that was good.
Especially on that first line, she seemed kind of more reserved. But then it started to poke through on the second line that, but she's excited to tell you this,
Yeah. Oh.
So she might be a little shy and reserved, but get her on a subject that she really
She's
likes,
like,
and
yeah.
yeah, very nice.
Thank you. Oh, highly intuition likes it too. Yay. Glad I did you good. Did you proud. All right, who we got next? Or what question? Oh, Eska. I don't think. Yes. I think you'd be really good for this one, actually. Panda had some struggles submitting, so I'm super glad that she was able to submit. So this is Eska. Zashika. You'll see that the ages shown here are between when he was 18 all the way up to 95. And he is the court poet for the royal family of Hyrule. So if you remember in Age of Calamity, or did they mention Age of Calamity? I know they mentioned in Breath of the Wild. There is a mentor that casts the musician Rito had that we hear about, but we never see. So this is like her take on that character.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So pre-Calamity, he spent a lot of time with Princess Zelda. He fell in love with her, as we know in Breath of the Wild. After she sealed the Calamity away, he vowed to find a way to help the hero after his sleep of restoration. All his life, Eska traveled the kingdom of Hyrule in search of ancient songs and stories. At age 48, he saved a Rito fledgling from a horde of Lizalfos, and was gravely injured in the process, as seen here. Please view figure 1. But this incident formed a deep bond between him and the Rito tribe. The friendship helped him overcome dark times in his life. After the Rito Eska becomes a father himself, Eska is like a mentor and a father figure to the young Rito cast. So we got a few lines of dialogue for him there. I'm imagining the first two are more when he's a bit younger, and then the last line seems like when he's in his probably his 90s.
Yeah, let's go through. So, he's a voice of experience, but he's also someday, Cass. You'll understand that with every hello comes the knowledge that one day there will be a goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a voice of wisdom.
That's wizened. I was gonna say that's a very wizened.
Yeah. Yes, maybe the second one. Also, the princess might be saved, so maybe they're.
I'm imagining that's
something.
when he's like in his teens.
Yes. So maybe they're in this conversation. They're discussing like a dire situation. Maybe.
Yes. Also, the princess might be saved.
Excellent.
We must go with the plan.
Okay, now let's have his deathbed speech.
Oh no.
Cass, I've lived a long, full life, full of heartbreak and tears, full of laughter and love. I don't have any regrets.
That was beautiful. That's
That
probably
was
my
awesome.
favorite one you've done so far.
Yes.
That really hits me where I
Now,
live.
who wants to hear a song?
It's so funny to see this because I'm like looking at the ages and I'm like, man, he looks old. And then I remember our grandmother is about to be 99.
Oh, congrats! My grandpa's 93, so.
Yeah. She has a dark sense of humor. The last time I saw her, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, so great. This is, I'm word for word. We walk in, I say, hi, Graham. It's so great to see you. How are you? She says, I can't wait to die soon. like, all right, Graham.
Let me tell.
She's upbeat, I promise. But that's just.
There's still that one line that sticks with me to this day.
I'm just saying she's still gonna have she'll probably have a different death speech than this guy.
So this question's from Panda also, and she asks, outside of Zelda, what has been the most interesting character you've voiced?
Yeah. That one's a tie. A tie between Plague Babies and Demon Souls, and Demon Souls is from the creators of Dark Souls, if anyone's familiar with that franchise, a super hard, just difficult, like kick your butt franchise. But they're these little demonic babies, and they live in a swamp, and they fling themselves at you, and the interesting part about them is it's the only time, it's like a noise I used to make as a teenager, and then it's one of those moments where like, great, I finally get to get paid for like
Get paid for throwing a tantrum.
to like sound like just this messed up demon baby. But
I love
also,
that.
tied with the one that just came out in the upcoming Mortal Kombat 1, I'll get to voice a guy named Havoc. Havoc.
Havoc.
Way to mess it up on the first try, Jake. No, his name is Havoc, and he's interesting because he runs the gamut from like tortured soul. He has good intentions for his people because he comes from the land of Saito, where it was part of a brutal caste system, and he's part of the lowest caste. So he wants to free his people, and he wants, but the means to do that are all just death and destruction of everything else. So he his intentions could be good, but at the price of just like just genocide of everyone and just burning everything else to the ground, it's you gotta hate him, even though he's a freedom fighter, but for all the wrong reasons.
Like a sort of love to hate sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or hate to love.
Yeah.
Which
also,
reminds me.
He doesn't have lips. His face got burned off, so.
Oh, so that, yeah.
He's probably cranky about that.
Just a smidge. That reminds me. Everyone give Jake a shout out. It was his birthday just a couple days ago.
Oh, happy belated birthday, Jake.
Thank you. I just
Send those birthday wishes in chat.
Just turned
Be sure to
33.
flood his DMs.
Alrighty.
Thanks,
so we got the next one pulled up, and this is perfect. This
about this
seems like a very fitting character for you.
Just what you're describing.
Yes, I can.
Robbie's evil twin.
Yeah, it's Robbie's
yeah.
evil twin. So we have Amadeus. I'm probably
Amadeus.
Amadeus?
That's probably it.
Yeah.
That'd be Mozart's first name.
Amadeus. Amadeus.
Amadeus.
Or like Amadeus.
Amadeus.
Amadeus. Let's go with that. That sounds cool. So is there Yiga? He's 26, 6 foot, tall lad. So he's a Yiga guardian scientist, a twin of Robbie's, kind of like an evil twin of his almost. That said, he cares about his brother and cares for Pura just as much despite it all. He is a very, very intelligent man who has distaste for the Hylians and monarchs, mostly just hates Link by default. He has a wrathful anger, but deep down learning to be the better man, and for the handful of those he cares for. He also sees the Guardians as their own people too, taking good care of them, and sees more than just weapons of war.
A man of conflict. I love it.
This has got to be a more
Definitely shadow vibes.
we always get the shadow vibes.
Do you think
He just seems to be the popular archetype.
Do you think he has like a sinister suaveness to him, maybe? Like maybe...
I definitely think
Open
so.
It's Amadeus. Remember that.
Yes.
Someone said it's kind of like Gaston.
Yeah, there we go.
No need to fret. It's my time to shine. Hey, Mr. Hero. Fooling again, huh?
Yes.
I really dig it, yes.
Maybe he's intelligent and he hates being like his intelligence being slighted.
Oh, absolutely.
No, there is no one in Hyrule who gets the Guardians like I do.
That's some of his wrathful anger.
Yeah, yeah.
You mess with the Yiga clan. You mess with me. Ah! Oh, there's more to that line. Don't make
That's
that
fine.
mistake.
Good.
Don't make that mistake like I did.
See, the problem is that's the thing. He probably already killed the guy before he finished his line anyway, so that's all the guy's gonna hear.
Oh, I already killed him. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, whoops.
I was looking
Wasted
forward
breath.
to remembering that.
I'll use it on the next guy.
Yeah, I have to remember that line for the next one.
Yeah, write that down, write that down.
Maybe I should write that down. I think I have this, photographic memory, but I never recall it when I wanted to.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we duel? Yes.
So this one isn't necessarily a question, but more of a shout out to you. So I don't have a question personally, but I do want to thank you for the work you've done for Robbie. It has inspired many people to just be themselves, not shying away or being ashamed of their outgoing selves. My boyfriend, who couldn't be here, is a huge fan of this work. He has learned to express himself more and speak better English from Robbie alone. He has been much happier since he can see this character and go, hey, that's me. And he never had that before, so thank you very much.
Oh, man. You know what? There was an earlier question. What has been your favorite interaction with fans? I changed my answer. It's this. 100%.
Aw.
Thank you.
Write that down, write that down.
Nothing personal.
Make a note, make a note.
Well, thank you very much.
That's
That
from
right
the
there
knowing.
is one of the reasons to keep on going. And reasons, art is hard. Like visual art, monetizing art is hard. But the thing about art is, it creates our culture and it can have amazing impacts on people's lives. So, next time one of you creates something, just keep that in mind. You're creating something awesome.
Put your heart into it so thick you can put it in a container.
Yeah, and then spread it on a sandwich, and then eat that sandwich.
Okay, I believe we have 3 more until we've finished like one from everyone.
Okay.
You
Let's
think
go
you
for
can
that.
do that?
Yes.
All right.
Getting close to that.
I want to be fashionably late anyway, so.
I don't want to keep you. So.
No. 3 is great.
All right. So we've got a Zonai. So this is why do I always have to do the names?
Levinro?
Maybe. Levinro. So Levinro is the last sage of shadow in Dragonfire's story. He says he's flexible with his personality, but originally he was a very cunning and silent but deadly Zonai warrior. Though overall he is very gentle and calm, he loved to pull harmless pranks by using his shadow magic to startle friends. So he's a bit of a sneaky little guy. Well, actually, he's a tall guy.
Sneaky big guy.
As he got older, he met a young Zonai named Noenru, who showed promise of becoming the next sage of shadow. He sort of adopted her along the way, though became more of a grandfather figure than a father. Unfortunately, she was swallowed by the secret stone and became an immortal dragon, thus ending the lineage of shadow sages. He witnessed her dragonification and was ultimately traumatized. That would traumatize me too.
Sounds like there was a personality change then. We've got some baggage. Ooh.
Yeah. So now he's full of regret and he's traveling all around Hyrule learning about construct technology in order to prevent this sorrow from taking over him. So now he's more leaning on the tech side. He feels like he could have saved her. Of course, Time and Breath of the Wild, TOTK, he no longer exists. Man,
cool.
This one's sad.
Wow. It's complex. I like it, though.
Father figure that lost their kin.
Yeah, no lines for this one.
Let me go for
What can you tell me about the constructs?
Ooh, I like that.
I ask for Noenro. I miss her dearly. I will gladly Accept any information you are willing to share. Maybe.
I love that.
Maybe.
It's been a long time, but I would offer my services as a warrior in exchange for information about the constructs.
I know.
Phenomenal. Yes. I can feel
Dragonfire seems excited about it.
I can feel like the pain in there, like kind of
Yeah.
like in your gut.
Yeah. There's definitely a sound of like pain, but also trying to keep going.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
I can almost picture the scene like he's trying to atone with Mineru while they were still alive.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to reconcile. He's giving his services as a warrior just to get information, like what she knows about the draconification part of the secret stones.
Oh yeah. Everyone's liking it in chat, so I think you did a good service.
Kudos in chat.
All right. What do we got next? All right, and a question from Dragonfire. You got this, Flute.
I sure do. What was it like voicing separate games apart? Had anything changed between the recordings of these games, Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity, and Tears of the Kingdom? Ooh, that's a good question.
Did you? Yeah. I actually don't know this. Did you voice the older Robbie as well? I honestly don't know.
No. Actually not. And then that's just the thing about Age of Calamity, right? Is it's a prequel, right, to Breath of the Wild. So it's kind of circumstantial, kind of like Joe was saying earlier. Do I hope and pray that they'll revisit that timeline in the future? Of course, but and then once in Age of Calamity they ended up making Robbie a playable character, so I did come back for that, but.
Do you think,
that version of Robbie is very just specific to that timeline. So there was no version of that Robbie in Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. No young Robbie. Of course, there was a Robbie in Breath of the Wild, but.
Would you say that he plays well in the game?
In Age of Calamity?
Yeah, like you think that just did his playstyle justice in terms of giving life to your character on the field?
Oh yeah, and you know what the hard part is, like a lot of those lines, combat lines, needed to have a lot of personality, but some of them were also like, okay, you're casting a fire spell and it needs to be 0.3 seconds long. So it's like how do I interject this personality into like less than half of a second? So
of course, there's your ult.
Yeah.
Behold my power!
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So Dayumi is in here right now.
Yeah, Dayami is here. All right, Jake, this is your chance to be the star character. So we've got Link from an alternate universe. So I'm going to speed run through this because I actually forgot there was this one too. So there's actually 3 other characters left, but one of them's really quick. It's kind of a joke character.
All right.
So not this one. This one is not a joke character. Later on. So synthetic, highly and artificially created by Zelda and the Sheikah research team. So this is like a creation as the holder of the Triforce of Courage. Like the usual Link, he's quiet and thoughtful, prefer traveling Hyrule alone to being confined to the castle grounds, training with other soldiers. Let me skip ahead a little bit. As the hero, Link's daily life consists mainly of training and missions to prepare for an unexpected invasion and subsequent war. So a lot of similarities to the Link that we know. They end up questioning the validity. Gosh, how am I a teacher? Of the prophecy after traveling Hyrule and learning the truth of their own existence. Okay, so there's a bit of a difference there, learning that they are like man-made.
Synthetic?
Synthetic. Spurred on by cryptic dreams, he strives to understand the truth of the world, break the eternal cycle, and find his own path instead of merely accepting the role. All right.
Cool.
We just got a couple lines here.
Yes, so you'd be maybe a little more soft-spoken, yes. What? is this place? That's why I can't remember, isn't it? I'm not the person you told me I was. Don't worry. I'm here to help you. My name is Link.
That is
That
perfect.
definitely carries the undertone of you know you're an imposter, yet you want to make a name for yourself.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, and Daomi gives their approval.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, and then did Daomi have a question too? I think they
Yeah.
did.
Yes. So,
I
the
think we
question
already
is,
asked
what
this
is
one.
the favorite line or quote that you've ever
Yeah, I
recorded?
mean it's kind of similar to another question, but
Sure.
yeah.
But I'll do it really quick. Because there's in the first cutscene he picks up what is it, the Sheikah Slate or something, and he's like, "This doohickey right here." It's that one.
That is a good one. Oh my god, we made it to Tuft.
We made it to Tuft. We sure did.
Yay! Everyone, round of applause. Okay. All right.
Enjoy.
I'm honestly not trying to like brag here because this was not my doing. This seems to be a like just according to what other people are saying, this seems to be a fan favorite in the server.
I mean,
Yes,
it's not like you have an
and I
ongoing
can say,
series
so
for this
Joey
or
doesn't feel
anything.
like she's tooting her own horn here. Yes, Tuft is very beloved in our server, and so we're all huge fans of Tuft.
So I'll give you my own rundown.
Yeah.
So I made this character like right when I saw the first trailer for the Tears of the Kingdom. Like not even Tears of the Kingdom, when we just knew it was Breath of the Wild 2, and we saw that hand, and I was like, all right, Zonai, got it. So this is what I believe the Zonai were going to look like, because I thought it was based off of the like barbarian armor set, if you're familiar with that in the games. Where they have like those purple tats and everything. So they're kind of like they're these what do you call it? Spirit benders. I believe that the Zonai were going to be spirit benders. Kind of like, have you ever watched like Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Back in the day.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because I pull a lot of his personality and like traits from that show. It's like my all-time favorite.
Original Avatar.
Oh, awesome. Good choice.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I imagine that they were a race of spirit benders where they can kind of bend their own spirit at their will, bring it into physical form, use it to control technology as well as like fight or, see spirits. And his personality is very similar to Aang, actually, in that show, where he is given this very important role. He's supposed to be the one who wields the Triforce of Courage to help Link. But he just kind of wanted to do his own thing. He just wanted to dance and party and like have friends, but he was not given that childhood. So he like lived this very serious life of training and everything. But once he's able to step away from the Zonai and be with Link, he becomes an absolute child because he's like, oh, I got a friend,
Talk about adventures.
Loyal guy, tough, but he's also like very childish. So
Yeah, of course. So, it's like, duh, not under here.
I'm imagining
Not
like
here either.
I'm imagining like mid-tone, like mid high tone, not very deep for him. He's kind of like a teen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, well, he's 24, but I imagine like just
His inner child is just coming out.
he's just like mid-range vocals.
Not under here. Not here either. Korok Seed! Show yourself! Man, that felt so good. Oh man, I split it in half. Right on.
That's excellent.
Okay.
I've got lines there too if you want to try those out, but I do love your interpretation.
You might have to use those.
Okay, so. Right behind you, Link. Why you look so weird? See a ghost?
Is he able to see the slides?
I'm seeing the comic strip.
The comic strip. No, that's Buff Hestiu. Oh, but that's also great.
You guys are like, what the hell is this guy saying?
No, well, that's good. I wanted you to get to Buff Hestiu too, because he's also a fan favorite.
Oh, there's Tuft. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There he is. Okay.
It's like the descriptions and what I'm seeing
You're
don't
like,
match.
Zonai. Okay, tree.
Zonai tree. Someone get on that.
Zonai tree man. A broccoli man. Okay, so I'll kind of use that for. Are you Link's friend? Hi, I'm Tuft. Just relax. I would have caught him if it didn't work. No, I won't let that happen. I'm fine, Link. Just to make sure Pi and Zelda are alright.
That is awesome.
That's the perfect timbre. Yeah.
Now that I got the right dialogue.
I mean, honestly, the Korok stuff is up his alley too, so.
Oh, yes.
But that's good. We knocked 2 out with 1 stone because Buff Hestiu was next.
Yeah. And this
Um,
next question we kind of touched on earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of you.
Question real quick though, since we already covered my question, can we go back to a line real quick?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second.
I'm imagining what you did. I'm gonna be picky now because listen, guys, I set up this entire thing, so I'm gonna be picky with my character.
You're allowed, Joey. You got this all going, so go
Owner
for
privileges.
It took me months. No. I'm imagining what you did, just a little less of the like was it that like that tone to it, like a little more like who's a character I can think of? I don't know. I'm thinking more like typical anime guy, like just maybe a bit more, just slightly more raspy than it was like I don't know.
More main character, a little more grown.
Do it, guys. Listen, I'm gonna give that constructive feedback. This is my moment.
So he's like, maybe if he's more like anime. I'm fine, Link. I just make sure Paya and Zelda are all right.
I like
Relax.
Yes.
I would have caught him if it didn't work. No, I won't let that happen.
I like that.
A little more breathy. More breathy. I like that.
I think that's
It
pretty
kind of
close.
takes out some of the silliness, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I feel like some of those lines could get sillier, but like that no, I won't let that happen was like pretty spot on.
That's definitely more along the lines of responsible.
Yeah.
When it counts.
He's got his moments of responsible and his moments of
he comes through when he needs to.
Yeah. I love it though. Sorry to poke your brain like that a little bit.
No, that's great. Poke.
Yes. All right. It looks like we're about to hit 7, but we did one of every character, so or every person.
We did one of every person's?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Excellent. So now you can be fashionably late to your thing.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This was super awesome. Took a long time for us to get this all situated. I'm really glad that we were not able to get you and Joe, but to get you both out here on the same time was awesome.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Lots of love for you in the chat right now. And just like I mentioned with Joe, I'll message you in the next couple of days. We're finishing up a gift for you guys. You guys each get your own separate gift. Just a little something, something. Everyone in chat is so excited about it. Yes, yay. And what else was I gonna say? I don't know.
Well, you totally made my kids' night. They were so excited to come and see you both.
Good.
So, yeah.
And they say don't meet your heroes.
I will also want, like, when I send you guys that gift, I want to shout out a couple other like big servers that we like partner with a lot. I'll give you the info later on because I mean, if you're ever looking to do something like this again, I mean, we'll always have you, you know. If you ever want to come back, we will absolutely have you. But there's
and then,
some
sorry. Go for it.
no, you
Sorry.
get there's some other big servers that do some cool events that I think you guys would be interested in. I'm actually wearing, if you can see it, I'm wearing Zeldathon Echoes right now. They're a big charity place. Zeldathon in general. But I'll give you those links. I think you should check them out. They do some great work. Yeah.
You know what? I did a little collab with Zelda Dungeon, that forum last.
Yeah, we have some of them in our server too. Yeah.
We have Zelda Dungeon folks here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Were y'all present for the streamathon? Did
I
everyone
was not. I wasn't
survive?
able to make it to theirs.
That sounded hardcore. So props to y'all. And it was for a really good cause. So I was stoked to be a part of it.
I couldn't do it because I gave, I'm not gonna say the amount. I gave way too much money to Zeldathon, which was just a little before that.
Yeah.
And their charity water thing. So I kind of told myself, like, I'm the person who wants to keep giving. So I was like, if I go into that stream, I'm gonna give money that I just can't give.
Yeah, for sure.
But full 100% support them as well.
Oh yeah, awesome. Well, thank you everybody. Happy 2-year anniversary. Thanks for having Joe and I.
Jake.
It's been such a blast hanging with y'all.
Thanks.
We've had a wonderful time too.
I don't often drink an afternoon coffee, but that might have been a blessing or a curse. But you tell me. But
hey, it all worked out. It all worked out in the end, I think so.
You definitely made the days of a lot of people. We can't thank you enough.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
In the life of that one person, how inspiring is that?
Absolutely.
You just never know. You never know the kind of impact that you have. So thank you so much for what you do.
All right, Jake, we won't keep you.
You guys.
Have fun at the birthday party.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks. Everyone have a wonderful evening, and can't wait for in a couple days.
Yes, we'll do. All right. See ya.
Bye.
Take care, Jake.